Well, hello there. Hi there. Welcome to Just Bird. Today's video is for Zayn Malik, and I don't know if anyone has this Lyrian oracle. I'm not familiar with it. It's new, so I've been shuffling it, and this was a card within the deck, and I looked through the guidebook and stuff, but there's not really, I'm not finding it. I don't, since there's no title or name, I'm not sure if this is just like a blank card and you say, you read it intuitively, or if this is, you know, just an art card without anything on it. So just for the sake of the reading, I am going to leave it out until I know what it means. Or whatnot, but it was pulled, and I'll tell you what I pulled with it was the number 5. Mission Possible, I believe, is the name of the card. Mission Possible, and it said, it just reaffirmed everything that I was saying about Zayn in previous readings, that he's just like on fire. You know, there's no stopping this boy. He's like just success driven to fruition throughout 2025. Where's this card? Isn't this beautiful? Now, I like the lions, but I just want to find number 5 if I can. If I can't find it quickly, then forget it. But let's just see, there's 6. Okay, Mission Possible. It says, you're going to succeed in everything that you do. That's a wonderful, wonderful message. Now, I just want to introduce the decks. This is the Lyrian. It's, listen, it's Star Seedy. I don't resonate with Star Seedy stuff, but the message is like that, like you will succeed in everything you do. I'm cool with the message. I don't care about the baloney, you know. It's just the lion to me, right? A very beautiful picture. So I don't know if the booklet will be useful, but I am going to breeze through it and maybe pull one and be a little more thorough. And I'll read the book at the time. I'm going to pull one for his first card, but the reason why I pulled the Lyrian is because I feel this is just masculine energy. And I pulled Divine Masculine Archetype deck. This is created by Isaac Kodak, and you can find it on Amazon or Etsy. I'm also incorporating the Inner Mouse Oracle by Cat Crow. You can find her on Etsy or possibly on a website, theinnermask.com. Okay, I also have by Mandy Peterson. You can find her on Etsy, and she probably has a website too, but I have this oracle, the Inner Earth Healing Oracle, and the Sugarcoated Oracle by Trish James, and you can find Trish on YouTube. Okay, it's TrisheJaimes. Okay, and you can go to trishjamesoracles.com. She's also the creator of the Investigations deck, the Predictions deck, and a few other tarots that I have. The ones that are either the Antique tarot and the Star Shadows. I forget the name of that deck, but it's the black and pink deck. They're all created by Trish James. So I brought out her Sugar-Coated deck. This is new to me as well, but every masculine has a touch of feminine in them, right? You know. So here we go with that. And these are the decks that I'm going to start with. They're probably the only decks that I'll use until I get to tarot, and I will probably use Vanessa's beautiful woman right here on YouTube. Her name I cannot pronounce, but her decks are just as glorious and beautiful as she is. And you can find these at Bow Life, or you can check other places like Tarot Stack and Amazon. Always check for her on Amazon, and you'll get usually a much better deal. All right, so let's just, this is another deck that I have curated the questions. This is a spread crafting deck, so I chose the questions that I would like to ask. There's like 20 something questions here, and I thought that's what we're gonna do today. But I first want to begin with the Lyrian and the Divine Masculine to see what archetype is showing up and why they're coming in for him, and poking the brain with the Inner Mask and the Sugarcoated before I get into the questions with tarot. Crockett, now is not the time. She stays off of the table unless I, film, and then she wants to be everywhere because I'm talking, and the Crockett has had my full undivided attention since she was 2 weeks old. I'm literally in my hand feeding her, so spoiled. Expect interruptions, I suppose, is what I'm really trying to say. Now let me get on with the cards. All right, Zayn. Earlier today I finished a Liam Payne update with Trisha's decks and tarot. Okay, so if you would like to check that out, I will leave it in the card section above. I don't expect people to be at the end, so I don't leave videos at the end anymore. I just don't expect people to make it to the end, so you won't find anything there except maybe a thank you. So thank you for being here. Peace. Slow down, recharge, and take a break. Yes, because he's on fire and he can't stop. He can't stop. I'm going to pull another number 20. Partnerships. And then we have finalizations with endings. We have the arrival of something and alignment. All is well, and healing. So yes, I'm happy to see both because healing brings a lot of peace, right? And when you're on fire and really motivated and making things happen, you do need to slow down, but the sun's energy brings a lot of healing naturally. So I suspect that he will be spending a lot of time when the sun is shining to be outside, just kind of like taking in that energy. He may be drawn to the color blue. And he may have a sidekick that coming in. Both are paired up here in the Lyrian. They're not always coupled, but these are couples, partnerships. It could be romantical, but it doesn't have to be romantical. I'm just saying that the balance of the female and male in each of these cards could represent, but it could be just a work partnership, coming together. It could be a sibling. These two don't look romantical. They look like they're like business. These two look like parents, right? Like they look like a couple, an old, parents looking after everything. Like everything. Also screams abundance, but I just want to. One more for Zayn. The greater plan, acceptance, letting go, and divine perfection. Well, I would say that he probably is a perfectionist. Each and every one of them, meaning the band members, former members, and so forth, are all perfectionists. Some maybe more to a stronger degree than the others, but I think that anyone that is musically inclined, a musician, an artist, a creative, perfectionism, it doesn't even have to be creative, because I know my brother is, well, he's perfectionist in everything, so it's not only creative people. Even though he's creative. I'm sitting here like maybe it is a creative thing. It's just the nature. Anyhow, I don't feel the need to get into the guidebook. Like I said, I'm not starseedy, so I may not resonate with what the book is trying to get across, and I'm not going to try to break it down to what it sounds like it might be within the Word of God, because everything does break down to that book, and it's weird. But here we go, the greater plan. So he's letting go, he's healing, and he's finding that inner peace and momentum and drive, and he just needs to make sure that he's taking care of himself, because he's really just basking in it's the glow of success. Okay, it's success, and things coming full circle, coming in the circle of the sun and going out the circle here, which is behind of him. Okay, and love it. I love to see that. And all of these seem to be like staring in the same direction, these two, and this one's just straight ahead. You know, this is the perfectionist. Eyes always on the prize, always focused, you know, like the perfectionist. I really am enjoying these lions. I do. I don't know if this one, if you'll see it. Yes. Okay. So let's move on to the Divine Masculine archetype deck and just see what archetype is showing up and why they're showing up for him. Meaning, what is he, how is he conducting himself, and what lesson, let's see, like the energy that he needs to adopt for himself and why. So let's see. The reward. Well, of course, the reward. He has to prepare himself for the success and the payoff of hard work. That's clear. In all of the readings, like, this young man is going to have the best year. I hope it's like a decade, you know, and not just like 1 year. I hope that this drive momentum goes on and on. Just grab hold and ride with it, because something is going to pan out because of it. The reward. Toasting to himself, like I said, basking in the glow of success. And why is it here? Constant rescuer. Okay, so you become a workaholic, right? Because you have this character flaw of taking care of everyone and everything around you, and you isolate and bubble yourself so that you're secure. And that's what's healing. And it will close out with the power of a 9. Just ground yourself. But energetically, he'll overcome. If he is the one that is always in need of being rescued, maybe due to intoxication of some sort, we'll just say that, that is no longer going to be something that hinders him. If like drinking or a vice, if he had those type of vices, it was due to his anxiety, which people like to talk about all the time. And it's calm. This is amethyst, and that naturally calms. So, as does lavender to any degree, even through color. He is so calm in his emotions. And you see the bubble. That's this representation. The sun and the bubble that the circle that I see. And this is also that birth. You know, the birthing process of this success that's underway. It's because he's being healed energetically. And it's making him feel very comfortable, planted, grounded, loved. And when you feel loved, you become loving. He's in great, like I said, the reward is great and grand. What is his faith? Doesn't matter. He has one. And he has like sacred ritual, whether that be prayer. He considers his faith is very sacred, and the practice, I don't feel that he practices much, but through this healing he's been in practice. There's also something, I don't think this will leave him either, to be honest, like his faith. It's almost like he feels the energy of the power of God. Like physically, he feels it. Just like our reader will have the energetic pull, a heat sensation, or whatever the experience may be for somebody else, the inner knowing, but a physical feeling of energy. He feels it. Seems like maybe through meditation, but there's a whole lot of self-care that he's been like rooted in right here, tending. God is his rock. It's almost like he has prayed a prayer. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Oh my goodness, it's not a bargain with God. But a conversation. God met Zayn where Zayn was at, and he's still going through the transformation, and he has shed a lot of tears. This has been really emotional for him, and I'm not talking about, this is at least 9 months, but very rooted in it, probably longer. Okay, let's move on to Cat Crow. Let's see what she has to say. I want to cry, but it's like a purging cry, you know. It's almost like he had it's not like bargain with God, but like just telling God, like, you're not gonna have to save me anymore. You're not gonna have to save me anymore. And it's been a struggle because there's like mountains within the bubble. Third veil, the monster, hard-earned wisdom, outcasts. I don't know where this portion is going to take me until I get there, so just bear with me. And I'm only going to pull 3 cards, and I'm going to bind them with the Sugarcoated. Oh, here's the masculine energy. This is masculine, feminine energy too. Okay, we have the dragon, and we have the like a mermaid tail in a dress. Masks are off, they're hanging on the wall. This here, this is shared memories. The rebellion. Authenticity, independence, revolution. Fourth mirror. Okay, well, he's progressing through his reflection. Right? He looked at the monster. Looked the monster scared. So this is what's going on over here. Right? Gaining all of the knowledge, the wisdom of these hard lessons and like extreme challenges. And he's learning how to be himself and stand, like I said, he's learning to his independence, right? Learning how to stand on his own, where I told you the prayer is like you won't have to, the conversation with God is just like, you know, you're not going to have to meet me down here anymore. I don't know why there's someone that like frightens him with the dragon. It's like a big bully. It's like they purposely want to knock him off the ladder, you know, as he's climbing his way to success. I'm just looking at the images. Seek yourself. You see that? He's making some changes. Maybe there's a particular, whatever this creation is that he has going on, maybe he is afraid. This could just be literal fear, this monster. Like afraid to be himself, afraid to put something out. And he's going to put it out. I don't know what it is. I just know that it's been, whatever it is going to be great. Like, I don't know what kind of, I don't know. You know, I don't know what kind of music he likes to perform, right? Or art that he likes to create. I don't know. But whatever it is, he is not going to be afraid of whatever this dragon represents anymore. He's like, no, we're shattering that mirror. Because the revolution has begun. He's gonna fight it. Six. Shadow, determination, pursuit, intention, and intuition. If you seek it, you shall find it, and he is in pursuit of it and determined. Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%. Full force ahead. For Zayn, you know, he is just nothing, like he is really coming full circle. Truly, beginning circle, middle card circle, last card circle, full circle, center, you know, circle, circle, circle. That's a little extreme, but it's there. May as well mention it. Anyhow, let's get into the Sugarcoated. This will be the nicer, kinder, softer way of delivering a punch in the gut. Let's see. It is pretty though. I'm sorry. It's like gloomy outside. It's cold, you know, and now I'm so cold back in the other room that I'm back out here into the front room, limited. I'm hoping that this mic is not echoing. I do apologize because there is a heater running in the background. It's just cold, folks. Like this time of year, it sucks. It just sucks. Empowerment. Believe in yourself, and boy, does he. That's how he knocks out these monsters, you know. He believes in himself. He doesn't care who that is. He doesn't care who that dragon is that, you know, wants to knock him off of the ladder that he climbed. Is somebody trying to make him put on a dress? I'm just saying, with the things in the industry, just a touch of conspiracy. Is he afraid like that is something that he will have to do in order to stay on top of the ladder? If it is, he's fighting it anyway. It's not gonna happen. And he's looking for answers himself. He knows whichever way he goes, it's going to be his way, and he's not going to be told what to do. People pleaser, keeping the peace. As I say, he's not going to be told what to do. He's fighting it in 2025. I believe that he has been keeping the peace by doing what he's told to do. But when you're being asked to do something that's ridiculous to you, and that's what this kind of stuff is, ridiculous, because he has a faith that wouldn't allow him to compromise himself in certain ways. But if being asked to do something that it doesn't have to be putting on a dress, I'm just saying conspiracy. But if it is something that, like, you don't want to do, he's fighting it. You're not, no, I've people pleasing no more. I have learned, or I am learning how to keep the peace. Without having, I'm sorry, I'm trying to mess with the lighting on the camera. He's been people pleasing and not believing in himself, right? So now he's learning how to stand up for himself and fight for what he wants. Even if that means, like, hey, whatever, I'm going to be true to myself. If that means that I'm going to be on my own and whatever and have fewer friends, so be it. He's not, let's see. Okay. Perspective. See, he's seeing it differently. Maybe, look, he's dealing with the sixth shadow, right? So he's in pursuit of change. He's in pursuit of seeing things differently, and he's really, I don't know, aligned, I'd say. That's where he's at now. This is, I really like this. This is the first time I've used this deck, but thank you, Trish. Appreciate it. This is so pretty. Pretty. Alright, so that will be this portion of Zayn's read. I'm going to keep... let me just... Alright. I didn't pull from the other one, from the other tarot, from the other oracle, but that's okay. I can do that now. I'll pull it along with if I need clarification during the questions portion So let's see. Alright, could you do me a favor, if you're still with me, could you tell me if you would like me to do this style for the rest of the boys? Because I'm considering it. I'm like, why not? And the 20 questions. Do you want me to pull the preamble is what I'm asking. I'm going to do the 20 questions for the other two, but do you want me to do that style for them as in the next video for them? Let me know. Let's see. Alright, I'm just gonna pull this one, but what I'll do is I'll put 3 out. I'll put 2 out. But I'm limited space, so we'll put 2 out. 2 at a time. 2 at a time. Just bear with me. Okay, let's see. When am I most aligned and authentic self? Okay, when am I my most aligned and authentic self? King of Pentacles. When he's doing business, making money, family, grounded, when I'm feeling on top of the world, like value, self-worth. That's when he feels, but also when he's aligned with business. King, when he's more understanding than the need to be understood. What's the next best step for me to take? What is the next best step for Zayn Malik to take? A new perspective, a new idea, you know, a new lens. So see something differently, and that's exactly what came out, a new perspective. All of this is giving him a new perspective and a reward. Something new. Going in a new direction. Just seeing things, you know, and speaking something, maybe writing. Could be a wonderful thing for him to write something down. Maybe a beautiful song, poem, tribute, a play. I don't know. I have no idea what he enjoys to do, but writing is one direction that he can go in with the Ace of Blades. What shadow aspects of self am I not recognizing, and what does my mind, body, soul need the most in this moment? Okay, what shadow aspect of self am I not recognizing? Okay, Zayn Malik, what shadow aspect of self is he not recognizing? Coming full circle. Maybe closing things out, you know, closing out cycles. Again, with this big old circle. And he's in that bubble. Again, he's in a bubble. So he's not recognizing the need to close something out so that he can embrace something new. Also could be that he travels too much. You know, that he needs to consider the ways in which he moves in the world. But travel could be something that he needs to take a look at. It could be the amount of time he spends traveling. What does my mind, maybe he doesn't care for himself when he's, you know, traveling. What does my mind, body, soul need the most in this moment? What does Zayn Malik's mind, body, and soul, or soul, whatever, need in this moment? Privacy. Privacy with the moon. He just needs, and this is a phase, right? You have the world closing something out, and this is just a phase, a cycle. So he needs a moment of privacy. What needs to be cleared before the situation is resolved? What needs to be cleared before this situation is resolved? Making a decision, an investment. It could be a financial investment. Could be shared properties, anything. There could be something coming up for him where in order to, just for something to be severed, make a decision. And it could be a financial, or it could be business, it could have to do with investments. If it's investments, he may want to pull some things out and just not deal with them anymore, you know. But that could be with anything. How can I increase my value within myself? Or we'll say within his career. How can Zayn increase his value within his career? High Priestess. Keep some things to himself. Keep things secret. You know, share his inner knowledge, the inner knowing, and just kind of, the High Priestess is about trust. So he just needs to keep some things to himself in order to increase his value within, I guess, the industry. And within his, like, his work, just write from the heart, write, move, sing, create through that internal compass. Let that lead you in whatever direction it is that you would like to go. You know, it doesn't matter if it's polar opposite of the route that you've been going. It just seems that right now, with that rebellion card coming out, whatever, there's something that he's, you know, he's knocking heads with something and someone. So I think he's not gonna roll over, though. I think he's done with that. I think he's done. Let's see. I forget, there's like 20 freaking questions here. What does my higher self or spiritual team want me to know right now? What does Zayn's higher self want him to know right now? Queen of Cups. That you are loved and nurtured They have the capacity for deep understanding and patience, and it's okay to tap into your feminine energy. It's okay to nurture others. It's okay to be kind and loving and patient. It's okay to have a desire to want children. It's okay to want to have the desire of love and to be loved by a divine feminine. And it's time to just nurture your feminine energy and your emotions. Cock it. No, no, no. Siéntate. Right here. Come on. Spoiled. I'm telling you, spoiled. Okay, how is my past affecting my present? Well, for me, it's I adopted this cat. She adopted me, is more like it. How is Zayn's past affecting his present? He's moving too fast, right? Moving too fast. Things go too fast, and it could be, you know, you're flying and traveling a little too much. Travel card. Now, on an interpersonal type of thing, when we're talking about, like, you know, on the girlfriend tip and stuff, the past, something online, with online communications, it doesn't have to be with a woman. There could be something from the past as far as online communications that's coming up for him that would affect him in the now. What is the energy within my home environment right now? What is the energy within Zayn's home environment right now? Oh, I know what time. It's time. It's, you know, standard. It's slow. It seems like he doesn't spend too much time there, but it's slow moving, easy going, relaxed. It's a place where you can ground yourself, but you know, it's a long-term energy, and his home environment is just easy going, family oriented, grounded, loyal. So his family environment is good, stable. How can Zayn make a positive impact? He needs to release something and walk away. The 8s, another 8. So you have to walk away from something or someone. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. So this is going to be, there'll be a cut in the video because I'm going to go feed the croquet. Alright folks, I'm sorry about that, but the cat wins every time. In which areas of life should I be more present? In which areas of life should Zayn be more present? Let's see. In which areas of life should Zayn be more present? We have the 3 of Cups in the reverse, right? So making up with friends, social. He should be more present at within his community, within his friends groups. And since it came up in the reverse, I'd say like he's not very social within like groups, period, you know, and hasn't been reaching out and to those who do love him and care for him and, you know, are more than just acquaintances, you know, they're true friends. That's why there's only like 2, and he's been absent or at odds. So yeah, within his friendships. I'm just going to clarify that. In which area of life? Clarify the 3 of Cups. Quarantine, because yeah, okay. Seclusion, retreat, isolation, and inward journey. Yeah, he's been on this journey of self and hasn't been tending to you know, his friendships and relationships with others, because it's just more important to withdraw. You know, he's being bubbled, and look, bubbled again, totally different deck, but the energy is there. He's just bubbled everywhere. That's what God is healing. I don't know what is in these bubbles. Is that a butterfly? Is that an umbrella? What is that? I have no idea what these little, what's inside the bubbles. But those would represent the things that are being healed. So he's going through change. Another 3. 3 of Cups. 3. I'm just saying, it's, you know, he's been on an inward journey and just tending to self, so he hasn't been tending to his friendships. And he needs to reconcile that and be more present. How are my thoughts affecting my reality? How are Zayn's thoughts affecting his reality? Six of Crystals in the reverse. His thoughts are like, this is a lack of success, right? So he had to turn that around in order to be successful. So his thoughts affect his reality, and it slows him down a bit, and it's just a feeling of like, I'm not going to cross the finish line. I'm not going to get the reward. You're getting the reward. This is just a feeling that the thoughts that go on, it makes him feel unsuccessful and like, I don't know, low earner. It doesn't make him feel good, his thoughts, but that's all changing. Let's see, how can Zayn heal? Well, let me ask this deck. How can Zayn heal his thoughts? Processing energies. Okay, an adjustment period and settling of energies. So just to process things as they are, give himself time to digest what's happening or what's been said, you know, what his thoughts are. Just digest them first and, you know, process things so that, you know, you're not down in the dumps or feeling unsuccessful, or like you're not going to complete a project because your mind is, hindering, like those, it's that internal speak, that talking down to oneself. 55, another 5 on the board for him. We started with the 5, and here it is, 55, and he's just, reiterating that he's on the right path, and he's going through some significant changes in his life. He's bubbled. The bubble, and the bubble is God, that's the light of God that is just healing him at this time, and he's inviting it, and he has a practice, and what is going on is physical, and spiritual at the same time. Go, Crockett. I'm not playing around. You're not... No. You could go to your room. Go play in your room, Crockett. Get gone. No. I'm not a cat. No, stop it. You're electrocuting me. I'm getting shocked. I'm too fuzzy and you're too fuzzy. Oh my goodness, she's shocking me all over. I'm not a cat though, Rocket. All right. She thought she was just gonna climb up on top of me and start licking the hood of this jumper. Weird. How best can I cultivate satisfying relationships? How best can Zayn cultivate satisfying relationships? Let's see. Six of Blades. He has to move on from things. Maybe move on. Maybe he needs to move from one location to the next, but he can cultivate them by moving on from things that, don't stay stuck in one place too long if it's not serving you in a good way. That's all. If there's anything, just move on from it. Like, you don't have to stay stuck if you're not satisfied. How does Zayn's family see him? How does Zayn's family view him? Four of Pentacles. Like, he holds back. That he knows how to keep a coin in his pocket, but that he's stable, and he has, he's financially stable, but they view him as not super secure. There's only 4 pentacles, so that he's gaining some stability in his life, and like 4 pentacles is the foundation, so he's building a foundation for him that is one of security, but that I feel 4 years, maybe 3.5 years, have been working toward this goal, and they feel like he holds back from them. He's good financially. He has that kind of security, and they view him in that respect, but he holds back the emotions and the thoughts. He's good with the money, but not with other things. Okay. Not that he's all about money. He just doesn't share and express his emotions and his thoughts and ideas with his family. It's a lack of feeling secure inside of himself. And, we always want to impress our parents, so I would say he's no different. but this person is actually blue. See, these people are not. So I say that they view him as down blue. What will I most likely experience during my upcoming adventure and or trip? Okay, what will Zayn most likely experience during his upcoming trip tour? We'll say tour. The next time he goes on tour. Okay, like trip for tour. Because I don't know the man's life, but at least we'll know, like, if he's playing out somewhere, right? That's that. So let's see, what can he expect on an upcoming tour or music event, industry event? Well, it's work related. Some companions, 3 other people. Maybe it is the meetup of the band, or he also can expect a wait. You know, he's going to be waiting on someone that they either, if he's going to an event, he may be late, and like the crowd will be waiting and the venue will be waiting, or he will have to wait. Okay, how do my friends see me? How do Zayn's friends view him? How do his friends see him? When I'm looking at this, it seems like maybe on his next tour there'll be like a strip club, right? Like a dance type club. I'm just saying. How I see that there, so I'm gonna say it. How do my friends see me? So how do Zayn's friends view him? His real friends. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. They see him as a star, a bright, beaming, shining star who has a magnificent voice. If you can see the little birdie singing away. But he is a smart cookie with all these gold stars on his paper. And he is a dream maker, and that's how he's viewed by his friends. Okay, that is, his friends think highly of him. They know he's a star, and he is. They all are. But the tone in Zayn's, he has like that rasp. He has a rasp in his tone that's very alluring. It's sexy. I feel weird saying that about a 30-some-year-old, but I'm really speaking about the tone of the sound of it that projects from his mouth, and nothing more. Let's see. What energy am I giving? So what energy is Zayn Malik giving? I'm so glad his friends view him like that. Like, he's the star. You're the that's how they're viewing him. Like, he is it. He is the bomb. He is the whatever. Ace of Cups. Love. He's given unconditional love. Isn't that beautiful? Vanessa's cards are beautiful. But it's so nice to see love. What can I do to ensure I am successful in my career? Oh, baby, just breathe. Wake up, darling. What can Zayn do to make sure that he is successful in his career? He could cut and run. What can Zayn do to ensure he is successful in his career? King of Crystals again. Be the boss. Lead his career. Show up as the king of, be about business, but this is like more than, when you're the king, you would be the boss. So go independent, stay independent, work independently, value yourself. But the kings are clearly confident beings, they're worshipped like stars. And darling, you are a star. So it's just time. It's time to shine, and it's time to gain your confidence. Pick your head up, throw your shoulders back. Chin up, son. You're a king. Be understanding and on time. Take your time as well. Make your business, King of Crystals, do your business like a businessman, take care of business. And so funny, it's King of Crystals, not Pentacles. This deck is Wands, Crystals. So the King of Crystals came in as the Pentacle, right? Yes, he came in as the Pentacle. So King of Crystals, it's all about business. It's all about your passion. Told you he is in 2025 just fire. However, that also is the energy that's going to bring about burnout, and that's why the cards in the beginning were recommending that he take some downtime, right? I believe. All is well, letting go, acceptance. Oh yeah, slow down, recharge, and take a break. So yeah, I could have left the reading with just like the Lyrian cards and kind of got the same result, right? For everything else. It's just, the extended version is quite extended here. All right, and I have a few more questions, folks. If you would like me to do this for the other boys, please let me know. And if you would like less questions, let me know. I know, I don't mind. How can I cultivate more structure and stability in my life? Let's see. How can Zayn cultivate more structure and stability in his life? Bring some balance in. It's reciprocity. Give and receive. Make sure you're giving what you're getting, and getting what you're giving. So you have to, level things out and make sure that you're doing your part and other people are doing their part. But this is just about, accepting help as well when you need an extra set of hands, allowing others to help you without feeling like a charity case. So make sure that those folks that are extending a hand, that you too are reaching out to them in their time. You don't want to be the one that's constantly rescued and not reaching out to help somebody else. So by being in service, it's kind of like the whole purpose we're here is to serve others. So service work will help you to bring stability and to do things for nothing. Charity, if you give to charities or give your time, energy, finances, whatever it may be, that too, I would say more hands-on charity work will bring structure and stability into your life once you get involved in being in service. What can I do to promote more balance and harmony in my life? What can Zayn do to promote more balance and harmony in his life? I think he's doing it. I think I pulled way too many questions for one reading, but whatever. More balance and harmony. Strength. Lead with courage. You're a powerhouse and you like the attention. Sometimes you have to rein it in, right? And restrain from being too aggressive or out of control. You want to always remain in control. And sometimes we need to rely upon somebody else. Make sure that we are connected to those that help calm us down, and we do things that will keep us at an even keel. So I'd say a confidant, and this is a building of your confidence. So when you're building your confidence, you'll be able to lead confidently. And sometimes it just takes a confidant, right? Somebody that can help nurture you, that calms you down when you're out, you get too roared up, and so something, I'm saying a human, that you can bounce things off of, and it's like, whoa, oh, wow, yeah, all right, it's not that bad, sometimes we become overwhelmed in our thoughts, but if there's a human there that's saying, whoa, it's not that, look, listen, ABC, and we're out of that problem and into the solution. But when you're left to your own devices, sometimes in your mind it's too overwhelming and you can't see that A, B, and C even exist to get to the end of where you need to be. So strength, courage to speak up, courage to sit still, courage to lead, speak. Strength is your friend, and that is what will bring peace and balance and harmony into the young man's life. I'm going to clarify with the other deck. Okay. Wounded healer. Wisdom from experience, humanity and care, service work, and reiterating it again. The wisdom from experience part, and the healing and humanity, and just tending to yourself, right? And learning from your experiences and sharing them. It takes a lot of strength to share your experience with people and humanity as a whole, and making sure that he tends to himself by caring for himself and lessening any aggression in his life. We have Cancer Leo on here and here, just FYI. I don't know who the Leo would be, but I don't know who the Cancerian would be. I only know that Selena Gomez was a Cancerian, and they went on a date, so it must be her. I'm teasing. Should I act or pause in this moment? The fact is, it could be. You know, it doesn't have to be though. Should I act or pause in this moment? So should Zayn make a move or should he stay put right now? Should Zayn make a move, I'm going to say, in his career? Should Zayn make a move in his career right now or should he just pause? Should he make a move right now or pause? Pause. 9 of Crystals. This is like end of the road, wounded warrior. So I'm going to say, well, no, you should make the move because you're almost to the finish line. And it is aggression again. Like, you've made it this far, you may as well keep going. So there's one more step. I'd say make the move. Make the move. All right. See, I see the crystals, and in my mind, crystals are earth. So I associate the crystal with earth energy, and then I look and it's like, oh yeah, wands. Not earth. You know, make the move where earth would be, like ground yourself and stay put and take your time. Don't make a move yet, you know. Be patient. Where this is like aggression and it's a action. So yeah. Wait, what traits will help me expand out of my comfort zone? Okay, what traits will help Zayn Malik move out of his comfort zone and take these risks? What traits will help him with that? Is there a trait called Xanax? Because with a lot of anxiety, maybe that's what will, you know, help. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. It might help me though. Okay, shaking things up, tearing things down, right? Just take it, destroying what once was, right? You have to destroy the foundation that was faulty to begin with and just say, you know, I'm going to destroy my ego, humble myself, which I believe the young man has done, and God will catch you. You're not going to, like, you may feel like you're free falling. And boy, I don't like to even say that. But you have to shake things up. Okay, and you have to let go of your ego and just, you have to destroy that self-talk, that internal speak that holds you back and keeps you down and stifles you. But I understand. Anxiety is not one of those things that you can talk your way out of. You know, it's happening, and here's the thing, medication, if you are maintaining, then this isn't so bad. But if you're not maintaining, it could affect you in a real bad way. So whatever the foundation was faulty, you know, you have to change it and take it all the way down to the bare minimum, to the basics, right? And when you get down to back to the basics, one foot in front of the other, you know, I wake up at this time, I, you know, do it all over again the day after day and take it, just the bare minimum. I wake up, I brush my teeth, I take a shower, I get out of the house, you know, I mean the bare basics. And that will eliminate so much out of the young man's life. That where too much stimulation and it's too much, and it won't be able to get out of the comfort zone, right? So I don't know what the self-talk is, but it seems that it's been going on for some time, and he has to just destroy it. And it's not easy. But for like 3.5 years, it seems, is that the number I gave earlier? I'm seeing the card in my mind. So it's like 3.5 years. He's been in these bubbles, been going through this healing. So I just believe the young man is really tending to himself and rebuilding this foundation. I'm going to clarify. And then we only have one more question. Good vibration, positive vibes, uplift, and resonance. So positive vibes, get around people who uplift you and that you resonate with, like-minded folks. Listen to music. If you enjoy dancing, that's great. But couple up with someone. We have the power of 11. Maybe you have the same spiritual background, but partner up with them and hang out together. That will help you to expand out of your comfort zone, being in good company, and where the vibe is easy and it's uplifting you and not keeping you down. And music can do the same thing when people aren't available. Sometimes just throw on, listen to your own music. I don't know. Let's see. What opportunities are getting ready to emerge for Zayn Malik? What opportunities are coming in for Zayn? Love. There's an opportunity for Zayn to become a husband, a father, a lover, an uncle, whatever, a king, a man of his word, of deep understanding, of care and nurture, to be a lover, in touch with his emotions and just really grounded and being able to express his emotions is an opportunity. There may be an opportunity for him as a father coming up, and there may be an opportunity with him with his father coming up. The beginning of something stable. Again, there could be an apology or a gift given. There could something materializes for him, though, and it's something small. But it could bring security or some chump change, but it's an offer nonetheless. Somebody younger could be coming in, a child. He could be, an opportunity for him to be a father, to spend time with his child, and to really step up into his parental role and feel really loving and secure in that role. Okay, and one more for an opportunity that's about to emerge for Zayn Malik. Balance. Something that the cards have been requesting of him. Balance. Healing. Mediation, which was also recommended within the reading. I don't know, folks. Let's see if we can get one more message. 2. We'll take one from What Would Britney Do, and we're going to pull from Taylor Swift's. Let's pull What Would Britney Do? A message for Zayn Malik. Please do let me know if you like this style of reading, if you would like me to do this for the other boys, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and consider becoming a member. Be kind. Okay, what event was this iconic moment from? NFL press conference in 2003. Oh yes, her little bob cut. What would Britney do? Well, even if you have an opinion, you don't always have to share it. So that's what Britney would do. You don't have to tell everybody everything. You don't, just because you have an opinion, you don't have to say it. Now, I just want to pull one from Taylor Swift's deck. Or 3, I'm not sure yet, because this is bonus portion, because I don't really know what this deck means, but I'm very interested in it. Let me just give it a little riffle shuffle here. Alright. Ooh, Scooter Braun. That doesn't seem like a good situation. You know what? I'm gonna say it, Zayn. The boys have someone meddling in their monies. Came out for the... I wasn't sure if it was Niall and Louis or if it was Zayn and Harry, but in their mid-months, the mid-months for the boys are for members only, but if it's 99 cents to view, you can go check those out. They're available. But somebody's messing with their monies in management. And what's the story with Scooter Braun? And didn't he try to stop Taylor from, like, her, what do you call those? From her keeping her work, but I forget what they're called. Anyhow, where he was problematic in her life. And today, Justin Bieber, it was reported that Justin Bieber unfriended Scooter and a few other people in the industry more recently, like as of this week. Today is January 8th. And I just saw that, man, today, that Justin Bieber, let go of, it was either today, probably like 4 a.m. in the morning, like, I'm saying it's either today or yesterday, but whatever, where I heard that he had unfriended him and some other folks. So this is not an indication that he has anything to do with Scooter Braun. This is just the archetype of what's coming up for him, and it's dirty dealings within the industry, and whoever Scooter is, I don't know who Scooter is, what his job title is, but part of the team is how I'll say it. Alright, so that's what I have for Zayn, but what do you think about this? Because I don't know this deck, but if you're a Taylor Swift fan, can you help me understand what, like, these things mean? Because that would be wonderful. I don't know who Tom is, or there's 2 Joes in here. I don't know what that means. Like there's a Joe Alwyn's in here, but there's Harry, but there's another Joe, and I don't know who he is. But this is just beautiful. Ugh, Kim, Kanye, Sophie. I don't know who Sophie is. Post Malone, Selena. They picked such a hot picture for her. She's so youthful there. Let's see. And Maddie. Calvin Harris. Cornelia Street. Like, I don't know what that is for her. Her boots. Coney Island. Just weird. The Archer. Cruel Summer. And I think these are album titles. For the Friendship Bracelet. That's like a... No, I don't know. I only know that Travis Kelce like got her attention with the friendship bracelet, but is the friendship bracelet significant to Taylor? Is that why he used it? Or is that like the way that he got her attention only? I don't know, like if the friendship bracelet is like something that the Swifties were already aware of before, like some significance to Taylor. Who's Aaron? I don't know who he is. Jack, don't know who that is. Lana or Lena, don't know. Blake Lively, but she's in a mess. Blake, Guilty as Sin. That's just a good card. I love it. I love this one. Look at that heel. Like, I love it. But anyhow, that's what I have. Drop your comments and all that good YouTube crap down below.